Coming to you high from above the tower in Oasis, Wisconsin, it's the B.Andrews radio show.
Did you forget?
I was looking at you thinking, what in the world are you doing?
I'm watching you.
Yeah, see, I was, what in the world are you doing? Anyway, it's good to have you with us on this special edition of the B.Andrews radio show.
Each edition is special.
Yeah, of course they are. I am one of your co-hosts coming to you from the show today. I am Eric. On the other side of the room, cackling at me, is one of your other co-hosts for today's show, and that's Emily. Say hi, Emily.
Sup?
Seriously.
Sup?
And coming from behind the computer, doing the engineering and producing of our show, is one of the other co-hosts doing co-host kind of duties. It's Kay. Say hi, Kay.
Oh, the things that you don't know that go on behind the microphone.
Go on behind the curtain. Yeah.
The microphone.
Nobody wants to know what goes on behind the
Put it
curtain.
back. Put the curtain back.
Put the curtain back.
Just
Just
put the
drop the curtain and step away. Yeah.
Final call. Just go.
Anyway, it is good to you. It is good
Good
to
to you.
It is good to be with you today. This is going to be a long show if I keep doing this. It is good to be with you today in this special edition of the B.Andrews radio show on this 18th day of September. It's been quite a day. Just the other day we had raging humidity, 90-some% at 90 degrees. We've dropped 30 degrees by today, and all that water is condensing in the air and falling down in the form of rain.
I was afraid you were getting ready to say
Tut,
snow.
it looks like rain.
No.
Tut, tut, it looks like rain.
And we do want to send out, get serious for just a second. We want to send out our heartfelt prayers, our thoughts to friends that we have and family down in North Carolina that is going through the flooding after Hurricane Florence. We have family in Fayetteville. We have friends in New Bern. We understand 10.5 feet underwater at one point in time. The water is receding now, but a lot of damage, a lot of water damage, a lot of flood damage down there. Interesting thing, saw an interviewer on national news, and as he was interviewing this fella, he was saying, "Yeah, it's kind of dangerous around here. In the 3 minutes I've been interviewing you, I've already seen 2 snakes go swimming by." And the guy he was interviewing said, "Yeah, it's dangerous for people. It's dangerous for snakes too."
Snakes have to be evacuating.
I know, that's just funny though, because in the interviewer's mind you can think, oh, it's dangerous, it's flushing out all the snakes, and it's more likely you're gonna run across a snake, whereas the dude's thinking, man, if the snakes are hightailing it, we better hightail it too.
Something to that
Something
nature.
like that. Like the one was more concerned about the snakes than the other one was.
Yeah, but anyway, but our thoughts and prayers are with those people going through a lot of destruction, a lot of flooding down there, and we pray that you're able to get back up and on your feet quickly. God be with you. That's our hopes and prayers for you while we're there. While we're here in the studio today, just kind of wanted to talk to you a little bit about hobbies, because there's some things that people think that what we do here is a hobby, and it is. Because we're not making any money off of this yet. Are we making any money off this?
No.
Are you making any money off of this?
I wish.
Yeah. So this, yeah, me too. I mean, this podcast, we put a lot of time and effort into the podcasting, but
if it's a podcast, that doesn't make it a hobby. It makes it a potty.
Hobby. It would be a hobby. Okay, I'm with you. When you say that. Oh, but we are working.
It was just a bad joke.
It is. But we're working on something kind of new we want to share with you here in just a minute.
Actually, when most people think of hobbies, it has to be fun. So do realize we really do like doing this. It is something.
For fun.
Yeah, it's something really fun that we enjoy doing.
Fun yet? Are we having fun yet? Are we having fun yet?
Are we there
F is
yet?
for friends. You do stuff together.
Copyright.
So, working on a new skit. If you've been listening to the show, we have the Adventures of Fat Man and Bobbin. That's one of the things that we've done. We've written and produced a couple of our own pseudo commercials that we have going on. And you're laughing.
Depressia.
Depressia, yeah. We I wonder. I've noticed we haven't ever been able to sell that particular drug.
I wonder why.
We've never actually given people a number to call.
Yeah, there's a reason why I wouldn't.
No.
You know what? I would be scared if somebody
do that,
called me
yeah.
and asked if they could buy some of that off of me. It'd be like, whoa. Whoa.
You know what we should get?
Dude,
Take
life is
steps
not that
back.
bad.
Canned sunshine.
Hand sunshine?
Canned sunshine.
Canned sunshine. Ooh.
You have a thing of canned
I
sunshine.
do. You know what? We'll have to write a commercial on that. On canned sunshine.
You remember when I picked
Canned
it up?
sunshine.
You remember when I picked it up in your office and I asked what it was, and you said, "Yeah, but don't open it because if you open it, you'll let the sunshine out." And you told me to never open it. I
What did
opened
you
it before
do?
that.
Oh my gosh, Emily! I never touched it.
It's a dark can now. My can's gone dark.
I didn't have the heart to tell you that I had already opened it. Because
When you
what I
said
was wanting to know is if there was actually something in it or if it came empty. And since you told me that, I went, oh.
It's
And I
not
put it
just,
back.
It's not just sunshine. It had 100% Florida sunshine.
Well, tell you what,
And
when
you
you go
wasted-
back, you go open up the can and hold it up and then put the top back on it.
You wasted Florida sunshine in
How do you even-
Wisconsin.
Okay, first of all,
It wasn't
how
even a
on-
radiant day during school.
okay, first of all, how on earth did you even open it? I've never seen how you actually open it.
It's a little tin. It's got one of those circular, like, one of those
The
lids that
thingies.
doesn't go over the lip of the can. It goes kind of inside the
it's
can.
cardboard with two tin lids on each end.
Yeah.
Cylinder with two tin lids on each end. And you wasted it in Wisconsin?
on a
Florida?
rainy day.
It isn't considered waste if you use Florida sunshine in Wisconsin. Think about it.
Wisconsin
Think
has
about it.
Wisconsin sunshine. You don't
Yeah.
want to. You don't want to mix the two. It could be a complete paradox. You don't know what it would do to the earth.
Well, apparently it did nothing. We're still here, aren't we?
Or so you think.
Or so you think. We might be in an ultimate.
Ultimate dimension.
It's an alternate universe.
Whatever. Anyway, so we're currently working on another series of skits. We're developing some characters and so forth that we've gone through, and we've sent them to production. We've got General Ham and
Captain
Major
Ham.
Captain?
General. He is well aware of his rank.
Not yet. He's not.
No.
Or his flank, or whatever you want to say. They're pigs, and
Wow. Just spoiler through there.
He's well
They're pigs.
aware. He's well aware of his flank. Okay, and then there's
No. The private's got his flank.
yeah, that's true because it is private.
Stay away.
Flank.
Uncultured
Yes.
swine.
Yes.
Now that's giving away.
Don't do that.
He's an uncultured swine.
So we want you to stay tuned here at the B.Andrews radio show as we will start sharing a little bit more about this. Do you know when it's going to come out of production there, my production manager?
2 radio shows should be.
2 radio shows.
Well, this
is
should
this
be the
one?
second one. Yeah.
Is this one? Oh, okay. So we hope to see it next week
radio, yes.
in next week's radio show.
Should be, yes.
Should be. Okay. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. And next week, the week of the 21st through the 27th, I think it is. No, that's not correct. Anyway, next week.
Next week. Whenever that is.
Today is the 18th. Oh, so that would be like the 24th through the 28th. Should be appearing.
28th. You mean like through like the 30th?
Yeah, that too.
I'm confused.
It should be the 25th.
Hang
through
on,
the
I'm looking
30th.
this up. I'm really confused
24th through the 30th, somewhere in there, you should catch the next radio show of September, and we should hear, what are we calling this? Barnyard
Breakout.
I want to call it Barnyard Bash, Barnyard.
Yeah,
Backlash.
I was close. It's the 24th through the 29th, technically.
Yeah.
Technically, it's the 23rd through the 29th.
23rd through the 29th. All right. So there you go. And so the episode that will land in that week, we just want to share that with you. And so stay tuned for Barnyard Breakout. We're hoping to have a little bit of fun with that. So, yeah, this is considered to be a hobby for us, although we're putting quite a bit of work into it. But, you two, I don't so much. Although, okay.
What are you trying to get at here?
YouTubers, okay, that do that kind of stuff. You guys follow these other guys, and they've taken it way beyond hobbies, and these guys are making a living at it.
Oh, they work. And people even...
It does not work.
No.
That is not work.
It is once you get done playing the game and recording the game.
Okay.
Then you have to edit the hour.
Okay, back up and tell everybody what it is that you watch. You watch guys doing what?
I watch guys who review video games before they are released or other smaller games. So they play them and then review them. But I also watch makeup artists. Okay,
so there's a couple of ways that these guys end up making money. The first way is called monetizing of their YouTube video. Mm-hmm. That's the way everybody can, although none of our YouTube stuff seems to get enough people in order to monetize. But what happens is after you get enough viewers, YouTube comes to you and go, oh, wow, a lot of people are watching your stuff, so can we post some advertisements on there, and when people post the advertisements, we'll share the revenues with you. That's way number one.
Yeah.
So the guys that you watch, how many views do they average on some of their videos?
Average between 50,000 to over a couple million.
Okay.
Per video, and that's only when it's new. Once it's old, it reaches way higher.
Yeah, and so we barely do 300. So yeah, that's kind of a deal.
Okay, I feel on the other side of it is that they do put a lot of work in it, but it's also because they're super passionate. But once they get up really, really high and get the money into it, they do pay other people to do that work so they can put out more stuff.
Well, you stole my thunder. The second way that they make money is these guys that play the games. People come to them with their product and go, would you do this on YouTube so people can see and preview our game and tell us what you think about it?
Because people's opinions, like especially, I'm going to drop some names now. Some people will know, some people won't. Markiplier or Jacksepticeye. People like their opinions because they like the person, and so if they have a positive opinion of the game, especially since they have done game making themselves, if they have a positive opinion on the game mechanics, and storyline and stuff, then people will be like, oh, this is so worth playing, then I want to go out and play it too.
Yeah, and that's the reason why their views get up there. But so the manufacturers of the game then pay them to play their game and to put it online and give their opinion.
Yeah, she I mean, I don't really know how a lot of other people do them. Some people use them as just a way to pass time. I use it is because I like games, but I'm not good at games, and I don't have the money to buy games, so I just use it as a pastime, as something that I love to watch. Also, sometimes they make role-playing really funny in the game, like some of my favorite guys is in a giant group called Achievement Hunters, and they're a big group that help each other produce more games and more videos in different ways. So
yeah, and then there is a couple other ways, like Markiplier now has merchandise, and I think Jax has some merchandise too, but mostly Mark. And then they also are doing some stuff for YouTube Red, which is like a show version of YouTube.
Well, so does Mark's best friend, Lord Minion 777. He has a lot of stuff on the site too, but I don't remember where I was going with this. Dang it.
Okay, so that's my cue to jump in. Oh,
yeah, I do remember. I remember.
Her light bulb just went off.
Another way they make money is that they actually make, instead of just following them and getting their notifications, they have memberships to the channel where you pay
subscription.
You pay a $5 subscription a month. Which was
to get you.
Mark was even like, that was the lowest I could make them pay for the subscription, like because I know that's like not really fair, but you guys get like all sorts of coupons and free giveaways and stuff if I do that. That was like the lowest I could make it. Sorry.
Oh, man.
And besides the money part, you get to be in Super Chat where you can donate money to him, and you get special
No, not
stickers.
to him. Whatever charity he picks out during his once a month charity
Not
thing.
the charity live stream. I'm talking about other live streams that you can actually donate in Super Chat. People donate a bunch of money and they're like, I hope you give it to things. And he's like, I don't want you to do that. Is because I'm not taking it to charity.
Right,
that's in
why
Super
he
Chat.
Said, that's why he said that.
Yeah, that's in Super Chat, not the charity live stream.
I was separating the two of them.
Okay, and we're coming up to the end of the first segment. Did you notice that I just went quiet and was like, YouTube, go ahead.
Well, that's because you don't know what we're talking about.
I have
Dad
no
doesn't
idea what
watch
you're talking
YouTubers.
about. I don't watch YouTubers. I go on YouTube and I watch what other people post, but I don't watch YouTubers because I'm not into video games and other things like that.
Well, you
The
kind
last
of
time
do.
you were, you threw a controller and almost broke it. And
Yes.
that was when we banned Dad from playing our video games.
But I deserved to throw a controller.
No, he actually does kind of watch YouTubers like Mana Talk Minute and other guys that do
Yeah, he's a
stuff
YouTuber.
on news things. Those are also YouTubers, but they don't do games. They do news articles, which is what he watches.
Yes,
which
I
is
do
why
things-
YouTube's good for different things.
I do things that are free. There you go. Anyway, because I'm cheap. That's the way I am.
More of them are free. You don't have to subscribe like that.
You just
Yeah.
get perks.
Yeah, those are just for perks.
So anyway, if you like the B.Andrews radio show, do us a favor and share it with other people so that we can get more than 300 views this week. That
Yeah,
would be-
because I mean, we have videos on YouTube,
yeah,
and they're funny.
yeah.
I mean, if you like the humor that we usually do on the radio show, then you'll like the humor
Yeah,
that is in
well,
the...
you realize once you do that, that means I got to go back and start making new videos, and there's a reason why we do more work on radio than videos. Anyway, that's
Well,
a
the
great
radio
place.
show is on YouTube.
That's a great, yes, it is. Our radio show is also on YouTube, and that's a great place for us to pull up and take a break. And so you go and fill your cup, and I will go fill mine, and we'll come back and do some more discussion. Hey, if you want to be a part of the show, connect with us on Twitter at B.Andrews Band, all lowercase, B-A-N-D-R-E-W-S-B-A-N-D, or IM us at Facebook by going to B.Andrews. That's first name B, B-E, last name Andrews, A-N-D-R-E-W-S. Hey, welcome back to the second segment of the B.Andrews radio show. We're having fun here in the studio, as you can tell. Anyway, it's good to have you with us on today's show where we are talking about hobbies. And as we left out of the first segment, we kind of let you know that what we are doing here for this particular show, I guess, would be considered a hobby because we're learning the trade of broadcasting.
Hey, come here, I'll broadcast you.
No. You get that thing away from me. Anyway, as we're learning the trade of podcasting and how those different things are going on the different platforms. I've learned that term, what a platform is, on the different platforms where our show does arrive. By the way, speaking of platforms, I'm just letting some people know, we were talking about this during the break while you were away. The show can be heard on a couple of different platforms. It originates on the platform of Spreaker. So if you were to go to www.spreaker.com/B.Andrews Radio Show, you would find us there. That is the original platform that we are
or
on.
backslash?
/ and
What is the difference?
One leans forward, one
one
leans back.
goes this way, one goes this way.
Yes, this is a back.
That's a
This
backslash.
is a backslash.
Yes.
This is a forward
Yes,
slash.
very good. I did not know a left-hander could pick that out that well.
Shut up, Dad.
Anyway,
Well, usually when you read from left to right, if it's leaning towards the right, then that's leaning forward because you read.
yes, but left-handers do everything backwards. So
Yeah, sometimes I wish I could write in Hebrew so it would be so much easier and I didn't have to get every graphite or color on my hand.
graphite.
Well, see,
Graphite.
Cerebrus.
Cerebru. Wow. You're getting my disease now.
Stop it.
Stay away! Stay away!
Yeah.
Not too late. You're already infected.
Actually, it's Grandpa's fault, but
Yeah, that's,
we digress.
yes, we digress. Anyway, another platform that you would find us on is at YouTube. I have to stop and say that, or I don't.
You say YouTube.
I say YouTube. And so if you were to go to www.youtube.com/B.Andrews Radio Show, that would be a /. You could find us there. Or there are times that most of the time I haven't been. I've really messed this up over the past couple of weeks, but we repost the show on Facebook, so you can also find us at our Facebook page. So if you were to go to B.Andrews, look us up on Facebook at B.Andrews. That would be B.Andrews, Andrews, and we have a special group there and you can join our radio show, join the radio show group. If you're in the group, every time we post in the B.Andrews radio show group, then you would be notified that the show has been posted. So got 3 platforms that we're on, and there's a possibility we're going to be adding a 4th. And that platform, kind of excited about. I'm not going to say anything about it right now, but it will keep making us closer and closer to a regular radio show. This one will really take us another step in that direction. You know it. Say that again. No, don't say it again. That's no. I heard you the first time. All right. So anyway, we're practicing our hobby, and in doing so, I thought we would be really smart and talk about today. Do something kind of smart and talk about the top 10 most popular hobbies out there.
Popular.
This is from hobbyhelp.com. Hobbyhelp.com. And it's the most popular hobbies in the world. And I am soliciting your comments for this. Are you ready?
How much you want to bet like the number 1 is crochet or knitting?
I don't know. But we're going.
You didn't get that far?
We're starting with number 10. So if somebody can tell me.
Number 10.
Video games.
Oh yeah. That's
actually,
really...
I expected that to be higher.
Yeah, actually, I can understand.
Now, this is supposed to be in the world, so...
A lot of other hobbies have gotten a lot of popular because, video games come out, but a lot of them are now DLCs, and then again...
Downloadable content.
Oh,
DLC,
okay,
which means you have to go out and find it,
and buy it.
I should have known that because I have done some DLC. John and I had a game that we did together.
Did you just take a picture of yourself on accident?
No, he just took a screenshot.
Again?
Yeah, again.
Go to turn down my phone and I take screenshots. I don't know how that happens.
Every
Anyway,
time.
so yeah, I'm trying to think of the game. We got it about 4 or 5 years ago.
The Noir game?
Oh,
yeah,
something
LA
Noir.
LA Noir, right?
Noir
and
part.
to finish the game out, we had to go get the DLC. There were like 2 more chapters to the game that you could get on DLC, and I don't think we ever did that.
No, I never. Okay, so I really wanted to see the game, but I've never gotten to see the game. It's like, hey, can I come down? Oh, sorry, tonight's got canceled. We got to go do something else. And I'm like, dang, I wanted to actually go see you guys play something.
Oh, it is actually, I never played.
No,
I know,
Dad just kind of was, talking it out and everything.
Yeah,
John played.
Cheered him on.
We should have recorded that and then posted on YouTube.
Yeah, I have been forever banned from touching video games. So.
For good reason.
No,
well, that's a story for another time. But I was going to say, on another note, it's actually an expensive hobby because you have to go buy the game console, and then you have to go buy the game. And if you want it when it comes out, it's anywhere between $50 and $90, depending on the popularity of the game.
Unless you wait a year.
Unless you wait a year.
Then it drops down to like $15 a
By
game.
then, everybody's already played it. It's completely spoiled. Like, there's content all over the place on the game.
You make it sound like it's messy. Ooh, and there's like content all over the place.
No.
My game is leaking.
It's like watching a show. If you have to wait a year to watch a season of a show that came out, you have to be really careful not to have the storyline of the show spoiled to you, like what happens in the game and what it's like.
And not to mention that it's not just buying the game that is really expensive, is that each time they make a new game or make a new console, they make only games for that console. And it's really annoying because it's like, I really want...
because Xbox 360 is even starting to go under, and you have to get an Xbox One.
It's been going under because there's not only an Xbox One, but there's an Xbox One
That's what
X,
she said. It's going under. So anyway...
I said, even Xbox 360 is going under.
So anyway, no, let's keep this in mind as we talk about all these hobbies, how many of them and what the expense is to do a hobby. So you just noted... on this one, the expenses, and by the way, consoles. What do consoles cost? I don't remember.
It depends.
If you're gonna get a new one, I'd put it between $300 and $400.
Yeah, it can get up there.
So every time one of these new consoles come out, and it's like what, every 3 years, every 4 at least, and so basically $100 a year to rent a console, because if you're going to get the
you're
next new one,
not renting it, you're buying it.
You're buying it, but look at it as a rental because. Then you can sell it off, but if you parcel it out over the 4 years that you have it before you get the next one, that's $100 a year to get the console. What about online gaming that goes with some of these consoles?
Oh,
what does those cost you a month?
If you have a really good PC capable of running it, and you know what computers cost, but a big enough hard drive to be able to run a full-fledged game and do other things on your computer. Like, that's why they usually have, like, gaming computers and then regular computers. Like, usually just to buy a game with all the download content can be anywhere between, like, $30 and $60.
Yeah, it gets up there. And sometimes it can get lower, but that's because people are like, I don't want to
make
make
a
a
between
big profit
professional
off of it.
gamers that have brought out lots of games, and then people who are bringing out
then
games for the first time.
But then you had the monthly charges. People would
that would be like Xbox Live.
Yeah, if you would have an online game where the content is kept somewhere else, but you logged into the game to play it.
So if you
online.
do all three, because there are people
That's
who
ridiculous.
It could get easily
but
up
there
to $1,000.
There are gamers that are that serious. They do all three.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
You know, and so that this can become very expensive. By the way, I just want you to know I do have a big enough hard drive. I went and I got a physical yesterday, and the nurse looked in my ear and she says, "Yep, there it is. You have a big enough hard drive." So I just wanted to let you know.
I was wondering where that was going. I need to write that down on my random.
Yes, I do.
list.
I do. She said that I had a big enough hard drive. So, all right.
Number 9.
Right. Go for it.
How'd you lose count? We've only gone one deep into this.
No, I forgot that we were doing that because Dad always does it.
I need an intro.
Number 9.
Gardening.
Oh, yeah.
I would put gaming for gardening, but okay.
Okay, but it is way down the
Are you kidding
list.
me? Half the ladies in our church are always come in and they're like, "Oh, have you seen my garden?" Or, "Oh, the rain." That's like half of what we had the bake sale, the Labor Day bake sale. We mentioned it earlier. But I sat through it, and that's pretty much most of what they were talking about was gardening. And
Their gardening?
"Oh, look at this. I took a picture of my one plant." And
Gardening is for all those ladies who have not been able to grasp the concept of knitting, crochet, or tatting or anything.
Or they just have the
I
natural
am
talent
going to-
for living things.
I am going to vastly differ with you guys, and I'm going to tell you that around here, gardening is not a hobby. These people are serious gardeners.
Well, look around us. Most of them
They're
have been
all farmers.
wives.
That's right. So it's like this is not a hobby. These people are out here to do something serious, man. I mean, have you seen the size of the squashes around here?
Or the tomatoes.
Did you see someone pulled the flatbed end of a truck is in one of the yards down by Gibbs Street, and it's just got an array of pumpkins on it, and it's got a picture of each of the different pumpkins, and
gourds,
correlating
different gourds.
and correlating with the pictures of the prices of the pumpkins.
And
like
we were
if it's
driving
this
back.
big, then you need.
We were driving back from Appleton, and as we were driving back from Appleton, your mom and I'm like, look at that over there. And I am not kidding you. There was a pumpkin sitting in the middle of a garden that was larger than a small child. And it was like, man, you couldn't miss the stupid thing. It had to be at least 80 pounds. I am not kidding you. And was 3.5 feet off the ground. So, anyway, around here, people, gardening is not just a hobby. They don't do it for good looks. They don't even do their flowers just for good looks. My goodness, they plant 40-foot rows of irises to harvest irises or to do the different things that they do. I mean,
But you're going to also make money off of
so
it.
but I don't see anybody around here that does gardening as a hobby. I mean,
I can name a handful of people. We even have a community garden for those people who don't have the yards to do it that are coming out to garden because they want to.
Is it a hobby
for
or
fun.
they
for
like,
recreation? Yeah, for recreation.
Okay, because it still kind of looks like hardcore. So
Yeah, it's they're beautiful though. They're just gorgeous, and it's just I don't have an knack for keeping things alive. I got I don't. I got a gift from my best
she
friend.
has a brown thumb.
I was gonna say
No, it's red from
decrepit.
everything.
Decrepit thumb?
No, I was gonna say like decrepit brownish black. You know, like
Ooh.
No.
Oh,
Okay,
wait a minute. I got to do my best, Ernest.
Okay, I got a gift from my best friend, and it was an aloe vera plant that she named Maxwell, and yes, it's still named Maxwell. Guess what happened?
I wasn't going to change it.
Guess what happened in the first day that I had it? And I'm surprised that it's actually growing and it's still alive.
So are we.
I dropped it 3 times in the first day that I had it.
oh, I remember that. That was so funny. I'm not good at keeping. Well, I mean, my outside plants sucks because I don't go outside a whole lot to take care of them.
Wait a minute. Your outside plans to go outside much?
No, I don't go outside to take care of them much. But I will say
Out. Get
that
out.
I don't take very good care of my plants, but I take excellent care of my brother's plants. John has left 3 little pots of African violets here at what is now my house, but used to be his. But he wasn't able to take them with him to North Carolina or up to New York because they would have been in the sun during traveling or it would have been too hot, so they would have fried and completely died. African violets are very, very sensitive to light and stuff.
Picky.
So they're very
picky flowers.
They're temperamental little buggers.
I gotcha.
And so I have 7 blooms. I'll have to show it to you later. But I have 7 blooms on that one. And I mean, I had
Only
to
the
trim,
one.
Only the one. I had to trim it. I ended up finding out that because there's no holes in the bottom of the pot, that John had been drowning them every time he was watering
Right.
them. So I had to pull them out of their pots and let them dry out for 3 days before I could water them again. And so I have to constantly swish around the pots to make sure I'm not drowning them. And so it's usually just a little splash of water
Oh, just
every other morning.
Just a touch.
That's all they need.
All right. Well, I am told that when you stress a plant, when it comes back, it's supposed to come back even stronger. So
What doesn't kill you makes you strong.
that's the reason why
Anyway.
Kay's plants are doing
Maxwell,
so well.
he will survive.
Yeah, I will.
And he has.
Yeah. What? Don't even get me started on that cactus. You're only supposed to water every 6 months. But
Hey,
it never grew.
Okay, Mom has a cactus now, and it is the weirdest looking thing as I'll get out because it's supposed to grow out,
But it grows
Mom's
up. It
Mom's
grows up
is
like a
only growing up.
skyscraper.
It's weird. It's the same thing with Maxwell. All the other plants that Maxwell actually seeds came from, they grew out because I accidentally dropped mine 3 times. It's growing up.
So, do you put the 2 plants close together or something? I mean, are they
Actually, one's on the table and one's on the windowsill.
Aha, see, they're too close together. They're trying to reach for each other, inspire each other, help each other.
Actually, it does look like that because they're kind of going in the same direction that each
All
other
right,
are.
weird enough. I'm getting the move it along signal, which means that we are done with this segment of the B.Andrews radio show.
And we only got 2 in.
And we only got 2 in, so stay tuned and we'll get in the other 8.
When we last saw the weight-wearing wonders, they had just entered the Wigglesworth Weight Loss Workout World, LLC, where they learned that the wonky Wigglesworth was actually the ridiculously red-suited Sanguine. After which, our hefty heroes were properly pounced upon by his heinous henchmen.
Circumferencing siege, Fat Man! We're surrounded, and the Sanguine's getting away!
Fat man, I've slipped your grasp again. You'll catch me when pigs fly.
Looking around for a way of escape, Fat Man spies a seesaw in the middle of the tyrannical trap.
That's it. Quick, Bobbin. With your new plus-size, initiate attack plan, Soaring Sow.
Fat Man portly plods on the low side of the seesaw.
Cowering catapults, Fat Man! I don't know if I can do it!
It's okay, Bobbin. Just trust your gut.
With that prodding plotted, Bobbin jumps on the high end of the seesaw, sending the fleshly flailer flailing through the air over the palisade of people and hardly landing directly on the insidious red-suited Sanguine. The Sanguine lets out a little whine.
No crime is too small to be punished. No evildoer is too insignificant to pursue. All who dare come to Gotham and commit fiendishly inveterate acts must face me and my portly partner.
Batman.
And when they do,
Sir, could you please get off me? Please.
Oh, sure.
And with the creative capture of the slap-happy Sanguine, Fat Man reports to Commissioner Gordy.
Well, Fat Man, it looks like you've put away another perpetrator.
Yes, but prison may not be the best punishment for his anti-establishment antics.
What do you mean?
Just listen to him.
I guess now I'll have time to finish Pride and Prejudice. Ooh, and needlepoint. I'll finally have time to learn needlepoint.
Huh. I see what you mean. Oh well. Load him up, boys. We have to get our prisoner to the Gotham City jail.
As the consummate commissioner drives away and Fat Man hops in the Trans-Fatmobile, a prescient pondering perturbs our hefty hero. Bobbin waddles his way toward the driver's side door.
Something big is coming.
Aww.
Not you, Bobbin. Big change. Speaking of big change, I'm making you walk back to the man cave.
While you drive?
Don't worry, I'll hang a donut out the window. Welcome back to this special edition of the B.Andrews radio show. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Anyway, got a song on my brain.
Ready for this?
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, sorry.
Only you can make the world. Never mind.
Can I say this?
I think we're full of songs today.
Can I say this?
No.
I don't know. Can you?
Number 8.
Oh, well, you didn't let me reiterate
Number 8.
to everybody that we are talking about hobbies. So let's jump right back into it.
We can jump
Number
right
8.
in.
Shut up, you.
And yes, number 8 is music.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
nice.
So I don't get this, and don't forget. Let's talk about
That was an ironic, excellent opening. The fact that we were all being so musical.
let's talk about the financial end of this. But they say music, and that is such a generic term.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like listening to music is a hobby. Collecting music can be a hobby. What part of music is the hobby?
Probably the
Playing
most
music?
expensive part of music is probably
Playing
the
music?
hobby.
Oh, hey, let's look at this vinyl record I got. I'm going
Selling
to play
music,
it. It's a hobby. Selling music.
creating music.
Investing in music. That can be a hobby for people who are investors, and hey, I want to get it behind the rights of this song or behind the rights of this. Most of that is like hundreds of thousands of dollars to do, or investing in music companies so what part? They just say music and they're very generic with it. So, I wonder, are they like picking up a new instrument and making that a hobby, playing music that way? Yeah.
When they say music, almost anything dealing with music can become a hobby. So I honestly do think it was the best to just say music.
Otherwise, you'd have so many little subcategories. It'd probably be like all over the place.
Yeah, and it's like it is very good because music is something that does bring people together. Because hey, who doesn't enjoy a nice rhythm that just grooves? Come on.
Well, and they even say in here about going to concerts. Do you know how expensive that could be?
Yeah, okay.
If that's a hobby.
Started.
Ooh, I saw this group, and this group this year. Well, that could be like that's 4 concerts. That could be almost $500 in tickets.
More.
Especially if they're
More.
people that are
Depending
up
on
there.
who it is.
Depending on who it
on your
is.
seats.
Depending on where your seats are.
Depending on if you got to meet them, because if you pay extra for
the
a
meet and greet. Yeah. Okay, and then not only that, but how about for the evening there? I mean, there's no venues close to us, so you're going to travel
You're gonna
anywhere
travel,
from
you're gonna
1
pay
to
for a
2.5
hotel.
hours away. Are you going to get a hotel because the concert went late into the evening?
How
or are
far
you
are
going to
you
drive
willing
home?
to travel?
Did you get a meal while you were out, or two? That can start adding
I
$20,
feel like
$30.
if we did this because we're so trying to save on money that if we actually went out and there's only a couple of people I think we would ever actually go see, and Billy Joel's the one on the top of my head that we would all want to go see.
Yeah.
He's getting old. I already saw him twice when he was younger.
How dare you?
I've never gotten to see Billy Joel, so just
Okay. He's still worth. He's
Mom
still worth it.
Mom would pack a cooler, and we'd sleep in the
Well-
Suburban.
Well,
I'd probably get stuck with the cooler.
now I'll
Okay,
be
you're
honest with you.
sleeping
The
next to the
last
cooler.
time that we did a big
Don't
concert,
go that bad.
the last time we did a big concert like that, we actually went to Champaign, Urbana, Illinois, and saw REO Speedwagon.
Oh,
I
thought-
didn't.
I
What
thought
do
you
you
were
mean?
talking.
Didn't.
I thought you
What
were
do you
talking
mean
about
we?
Zach Brown.
What
I'm
we?
like,
No, the last time we did something big like that, and we had to
Big.
travel to Champaign, Urbana, so that's 5 hours.
Yeah.
We saw them there, and
I
it was
forget that we did see Zach Brown.
it
Band.
was Chris.
Yeah.
It was Chris and John and I. Ben did not want to go see them. So
You know, now that I
He
know
only
REO
likes some of their
Speedwagon, I
music.
actually do now want to go
oh, it
see
was
them
a
in concert.
it was a great show. And then John and I went to go see Manhattan Transfer at Washington D.C.
I didn't
Yeah,
get
because
to go.
they were playing
I was
while
too
you
young.
were there, and you're like, "We're taking advantage of this coincidence."
It was a coincidence, but still, we saw them in. This is a jazz vocal group that we got to see in one of the oldest jazz clubs
Yeah.
on the East Coast.
I don't know. I've gotten to see Toby Mac at Winter Jam, and then I've gotten to see Skillet actually came to Stevens Point and played. So
Yeah.
we got to see Skillet there, and then when we went to Kings Island, I got to see Mac Powell and David Crowder and Skillet again there. We did not get the ticket. Aunt Pammy got a deal on the ticket, so she only got for the 2 days. The last day that we didn't get to be there.
She got Saturday. She had to give them away because we were leaving.
Oh, we were leaving, but either way, the third day was Toby Mac.
No. Third day is Mac Powell.
No. On the third day,
okay.
God allowed Toby Mac to play.
I can't think of what was it. It
Because
was
Mac
it,
Powell
was
is
it
the lead
Sidewalk
singer
Prophets?
for a third day.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Mac Powell's his own thing.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
because
Yeah.
that's what he came as, just Mac.
He
Powell.
came as just Mac Powell.
Okay, but I can't. Was it Sidewalk Prophets? It was one of the smaller groups that got to play earlier in the day before it. You weren't there. You went.
They're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
a smaller
People were
group.
getting-
I
no,
like
we're
Sidewalk
getting-
No,
Prophets.
they weren't
People were
as
getting
big
on
as the
the,
people that night.
Yeah, they were.
Lead singer is.
they were-
Have you ever seen him?
Okay, so we are talking about the same band. Okay.
Yeah, and while we were there, what's his name? John Cooper.
John
from
Cooper,
Skillet.
he's from
Yeah,
Skillet,
his
yeah.
beard would put an Amish man's to shame. I was
Oh,
like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Duck Dynasty, where'd you come from?"
It is full
Yeah.
and
It
thick.
is full and glorious.
Yes,
That's
yes, it is.
It's right in with me
it's
and
like
Kyle.
pitch blackness. I went King Saul. Ho!
Gotcha.
Okay, no, I
There you
feel
go,
like
King Saul. That would be a good
I feel
one.
like
or
he's
Solomon.
So, but look at the expense and anything that you talk about with music. Everything that we rattled off. How about learning to play an instrument? Well, by the time you buy,
that's probably more expensive than the video game. one,
by
to
the
be
time
honest.
you buy the instrument or whatever, you could easily have $300 in the instrument, private lessons if you do that, or if you decide to do instruction otherwise.
If you're rich.
If you're collecting music, it's not hard to rack up $500,000 a year in buying albums. If you're going to do, if you're going to do
at me.
vinyl, if you're going to do tapes, if you're going to do things like that, it can become very it can be expensive, or
Very
go to the
expensive.
concerts. However, okay, moving on.
Number 7.
Very anonymous category. Number 7 is collecting.
Oh, you mean like forming collections of stuff, like my hordes and hordes of books?
Like American Doll,
Or
Those can be creepy.
they are
like
yes.
stamps. Stamps is a big time collecting thing.
I have a coin collection.
Coins?
I've got more than one. Several wheat pennies. I've got pennies or coins from Papua New Guinea.
Bandanas.
I've got yen.
Yep.
which is money from China.
Yep.
I've got
You just don't have euros.
I can't think of it. I don't have a euro.
I know.
I do have
You-
what is it called? A kit, I think.
What is it
It's-
from?
I have Turkish money.
Oh.
Okay.
It was funny.
Do
Chris
you
was
have
walking
my
in-
EC money?
EC?
Eastern Caribbean money.
No.
I brought back money from the Eastern
No.
Caribbean when I was
But
down
I have
there.
that.
But guess where I got the Turkish money from?
Where?
A Turkish.
When we went, no,
Turkey.
we were in North Carolina.
Hey, Turkey, give me your money. Okay.
This is a holdup.
Anyway.
No, Chris, when we were in North Carolina on Fort Bragg, Chris was walking through the parking lot and he gets back in the car and he hands me this kit. It should be a kit. And he hands it to me and he goes, "It's a kit." I'm like, "Oh, cool." And I looked at the thing and I was like, "Oh,
What's
it
a
looks
kit?
is it Turkish?" He goes, "Yeah, it's Turkish." I found it in the parking lot. I figured you might want it. I was like,
Actually,
"Okay."
in
Because
North,
it's not worth
It's
anything.
not worth anything over here.
actually, funny story about cool things. We also in North Carolina when we were down there for the wedding, me and Emily wanted a soda, and so 2 different times we put in 5s, and we both got back
Gold
gold dollars. That vending
In,
machine
out of the vending
doesn't.
machine in the hotel where we were staying
They're-
on base
They
for the wedding.
yeah, they don't give back anything but gold dollars.
Yeah, but it's not gold. So
It's not technically gold.
It's not
Technically,
technically
but it
gold
is a gold.
because the value of it has to be worth $1. So
Right.
whatever
so-
metal they
but,
It is
but
equal
but
to gold.
But they're
and
not silver
dollar.
dollars.
do. No, they don't do silver dollars anymore. They
No, but
started
they
that
were-
with the Sacagaweas back in the
I got
Which
George
I do
Washington's
actually
face.
90s,
have
I
silver
think.
dollars. I think I have like 5 silver dollars for my birthday. When one of our really good friends knew that I was doing a coin collection, the older man, Bob Beggs, in church, he came to me with this little tiny cylindrical box, and he hands it to me and he goes, "Happy birthday!" and it was full of Andes mints and collectible coins. It was so cool.
Yeah. So we got to hurry through these if we're going to get through them in this segment.
Right.
So
I like how we touched on all these hobbies. 'Cause
yeah,
we actually
yeah,
have a
so
part in
that's-
all these hobbies.
That's collecting.
Number 6.
Bird watching. I think this is
That's
like
a
this
That's
is
like
odd
the only
one.
one we don't have.
this has got to be the cheapest
Actually,
one.
well, besides
because
buying,
Grandma goes out and buys bird seed and stuff and puts things in her bird feeder so that
She
she
does.
collects all sorts of birds in her backyard.
Yes, but it didn't
Yes.
cost me anything that she went out and bought it. That's what
that's
I'm
true.
saying.
No.
but it gives us pleasure sometimes
Now,
when we're over at her
again,
house and you just look at the window and it's like,
Coming
oh, look,
back
birds.
from coming back
pretty
from
bird.
Appleton, I have never seen a bald eagle sitting in a very. It was like a 5-foot tree. It was
That's
almost.
not bird watching. That's American.
That's, and the eagle was like as big as the tree, so it was kind of like bent over with the eagle sitting in it. It's like wimpy tree, huh? You know,
No,
can't
just
handle
a hefty bird.
Can't handle the eagle.
unworthy.
It was.
I have actually seen 2 eagles sitting in the ground, plus 2 tiny little birds try to chase off an eagle because he landed in their part of an open field
So-
where there's food, and they tried to chase him off. And you were there with me.
Yeah.
And Dad's like, man, the eagle's just bored with them. It's not even gonna try.
It's like tossing like peanuts at someone, and they're like, boom, boom. What are you doing?
No, tossing peanuts at an elephant.
Pretty
Tossing peanuts
much.
at- I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah. You're not even annoying me yet. I'll let you know when it does, though. And no, and this is what I was getting ready to say. Bird watching for us, because of being in Wisconsin and the variety is so huge and it's just all around us, bird watching, and this is why it's so cheap, is every time that we have to go anywhere, we get to see a variety of birds going down the road. We get to see our red-tailed hawks. You get to see the different kinds of sparrows, yellow canaries, blue jays out in the yard, robins, the different
Remember that
other
falcon
birds
we
of
saw when
prey.
we were in New York?
The turkeys
seen
that
them.
I got to see
Yeah.
the day, and the little turklets that were with it.
Thank you.
Turklets.
Okay, actually,
Prefer turklets,
funny
but they're called
story. Funny story. Mom, on the way with me, Kim, and Em in the car, actually hit a bird, and she started crying. And all of us are just laughing at her.
Or when Dad hit that turkey and all you saw was feathers.
Yes, I was on the way to camp, and it literally, for a good solid second or two, covered the whole entire windshield, and it just a beautiful sheet of turkey feathers, and
I'm
we
sure the turkey did not think so.
The turkey wasn't
we,
thinking anything.
we
at this
slowed
point.
down to try to see if we could see it after we hit it. We didn't see anything on the road.
No, we didn't. So last year I go to district conference, and on the way to district conference, okay, we get out, and your mom's like, is the church open? Can we get in yet? Because we were early. And I'm like, I think so. So I went up to the front doors, pulled on them. They were open. On the way back in the front of the Suburban, I looked, and I was like, there's something in what it. And I went up to the front grill of the Suburban, and I had to pull a sparrow out of my grill. And there's a guy sitting in his vehicle across from me that's watching me pull a sparrow out of the grill of the Suburban. It's like, and I'm kind of holding it up by one leg.
All daintily.
Yeah, it's like, I got it. He was laughing. All right.
Number 5.
I do not know how this even rated and made it on here, but the hobby of television.
That's not a hobby. That's a recreation. Well,
I,
if people are making it their hobby,
explain-
they need a life.
Yeah.
Explain this
Same
to
for
me
games.
how television is a hobby.
Well, I can understand
you're
games because you're a little more proactive. But
Yeah, there's
if
nothing
you're on
involved in this.
television, if you make television, I guess it can be a hobby. But that in the end turns out to be a job.
He's got a point. We just wrote a show.
It's not television.
It's not television, but we just.
I would
wrote
like
show,
to be a
so-
television. That would be funny.
Yeah, I don't see how television is a hobby. You know, again, every one of the other ones that we talked about, you do something. Television, you're not doing anything.
No. Anyway,
Okay.
number 4.
Crafts. Tell us about this, ladies. Crafts. We have point needlers in here, and we have
What?
That's not a thing.
needle pointers.
No,
What?
I don't do that either.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
you do.
Oh,
I
yeah,
knit,
excuse me.
crochet,
Yeah,
sew,
you put your
I
needles
tie.
everywhere.
I gotta write that one down too.
You're your needles everywhere.
You know what
she
that
sits
just
there.
reminded me of is the accident your mom had
Yeah.
last year.
Hold it. No, I'm sitting here. She's crocheting. All of a sudden, I try to talk to her, and she goes like this with the needle, like a sword. Ha, ha, ha. It's over there. She's like, seriously, she does.
Why did I turn into like a 14th century knight? It's over there.
That's not. What was that?
I didn't hear any. I was looking for sound effects. You know,
I
You know.
did.
there you go. Give me the Johnny Bravo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. Man, I'm pretty.
Anyway.
No.
Seriously. You didn't tell the story about your mom's accident.
You do more things that are like crafting than I do.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
Okay, so I have. If you don't know what a size 11 is, a size 11 diameter
It's a
is.
size
I was going to
11.
say, I wear 11 shoes. I know what a size 11
No.
are.
Okay, so there's two things you need to know. The size. It was a size 11. And it was a DPN, which means a double pointed needle, which means it doesn't have a stopper on one end. It's just pointed on both ends so that you can knit either way.
Double the danger.
Ooh.
Anyway, it's
Nasty.
usually used for circular projects like making mittens and tubular things like stockings.
Tubular things.
I was just going to say tubes, but that would sound weird.
I'm
Socks,
making tubes.
stockings, mittens, gloves, hats. Things like that. And so I accidentally left one of my projects in the door. Now, a size 11 diameter.
What door?
The van door. The
Yes.
van passenger door. It was
Yes.
in a little pocket. And so a size 11's diameter is slightly smaller than a nickel, but definitely bigger than a dime. So, it's a decent size. And so when she went to go climb in, she climbed in, but she didn't come in all the way. And
Right.
the needle got caught the pointed end against one of the ends of the door.
Sticking out.
Sticking out. So when she slammed the door shut, it ended up creating a puncture wound, like
She
almost
stabbed herself in the hip.
hip. Technically, it was
Oh,
up towards
thigh.
the hip.
Hip.
It was
Really close.
just below the hip, on the thigh, technically,
Ew.
on her side.
Okay, we don't
She
need to talk about
She
that.
stabbed
Dad.
herself in the booty.
No,
She
that
did.
wasn't her butt.
Okay,
That was
funniest-
not her butt.
fun-
I know, because when we got home, she was showing all of us. She was like, "Did you see what you did to me?"
Actually, the funniest part about it is she kept having to change out bandages, and she's like, "I'm seeping."
Yeah, you suddenly hear this out of the bathroom. Oh no, I
And me and Dad look at each other and then look at her, and we're like, well, yeah, you made a hole in your body that's not supposed to be there. What else is it gonna do?
Yeah.
Anyway.
But it was,
All right, we
it
got
was
to
a
do
puncture
these. We
move.
got to do these last three real fast.
Number 3.
Fishing.
Oh,
I
yeah,
like
John loves
fish.
doing that.
I love
used
fishing.
to-
I don't need a license yet, but I do this year.
Moving on.
Number 3.
That was number 3.
Two.
This one can be incredibly expensive. Traveling.
I
Yeah,
see that
it's
as
just
a hobby.
expensive. Oh,
No, that's
yeah.
because we do so much of it when we did our band work. So
Twerk.
it was work.
Band twerk.
You heard that, right?
No, no,
you
I
just
did not
say
say that. I did not say that.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 1.
And the number 1 most popular hobby in the world or around the world is
math.
No.
reading.
Oh
Okay, I
yeah,
can
that
see
makes
that.
sense.
You know?
Okay, wait.
I guess knitting and crochet would be put underneath crafts, technically. But honestly, I think they kind of deserve their own subject.
Okay,
Their
okay,
own
ready?
thing.
So it's English.
What?
What?
Okay, well, we actually got to go on.
Okay.
We have to.
I have no idea where that was
Carry
going.
on.
There's a reason why she's the producer and the and the person sitting behind the computer. And so this is a great place to. That's all,
This is a
folks.
wonderful place, and that's all, folks.
That's all, folks. So we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
If you'd like to hear more of the B.Andrews radio show, visit us at our YouTube channel at B.Andrews Band. Hit the subscribe button if you'd like to hear more from us, and to stay updated, hit the bell. Remember, at YouTube at B.Andrews Band.
All right, we're back, and that gives us just enough time to say thank you for listening to the B.Andrews radio show. Tell somebody about it. If we made you laugh, share this show with a friend. And thank you so much for tuning in. What are you doing,
She's
child?
ruining the mic.
She's trying to reach the cheese on the floor. Say goodbye, everybody.
You probably can't hear her, but, you know, whatever.
Goodbye.
Yeah, man. I got you be feeling that. It's got a great groove going on. Yeah.